Do most Commandant knows about these little hidden facts in Punishing Grey Raven? Did you know there's a manga about the interlude of Punishing Grey Raven? Most players would read the interlude in the game, but there's a different way to do it. Well, you can actually read it in the mangadex.com, which is the safest site to research, or you can just go to your you know. Then what character is in the interlude in the manga? Well, first off, the first volume, it's Lucia Lotus. Volume 2 is Pale Fire Lee. Volume 3, it is Liv. Volume 4 is Chrome. Volume 5 is Wan Shi. Volume 6 is Kamu. And then lastly, the recent volume 7 is Kamui. So as expected, well, it's not completed yet, so but it's still ongoing, so let them translate, you know. And as you know, the author is of course Kuro, and the artist is Kuro Games, of course. I mean, like it's literally, whatever. And lastly, like we gotta give a big shout out to Raven Feather Translation, because I think there's only like two people that does like the entire thing. So a shout out to Tira Thing and Demi Glaive. So I mean, I'm probably gonna butcher it. So whatever. So if you're kind of tired of the whole like visual novel, that's like the best way to read it, in my opinion. Because like like visual novel style is like a bit old. All right, guys. So in this screenshot right there, what do you think changed? I'll give you like some time. Yeah, or you can also pause it if you want. No, silly. It's not like the character skin. And also no, it's not the weapon skin, of course. Well, I guess you're a bit right because it's the weapon actually. So basically by leveling up to 20, your weapon should have some detail change. For example, like this one. And then this one. And then that one. No, I'll just show like everything. Like I'll just put it on that screen like right now. And I very like it because it's unlike other games where like the weapon is just gonna glow, like a glow stick. But like in PGR, even though like yes it does glow, it does make like the weapon a little bit more bigger, because like I don't know how to explain it, but like like what I'm saying. But you also have to realize that most weapon doesn't do that. So like it's usually like, I think, some of the old weapons, but it's also like for the collabs too. So like DMC5, Black Rock Shooter, the Near collab. So those weapons don't really evolve or like anything. And if you want to whatever like explore it, you can just press on your ranked, press the codex, and then lastly the weapon depot. And finally, which katana does the series belongs to? I'll give you some time. Like it's like a real challenge. Maybe even pause it if you want to. I'm being generous. Sorry to say it, but that's actually none of the above. That's because this katana doesn't really belong to anyone, actually. And it's also the only weapon that doesn't belong to none of the construct by today. To have that weapon, well, you only have to do a gacha, of course. And in the lore of PGR, well, the creator of this weapon is Mr. Z, that is like the engineer, and also the creator of some of those weapons, like the Sirius, of course, the Lightning Spark, and the Berserk Fusion, and there's actually like more. And there's even like more designer, just like Z, like you have like designer and designer I, and where we can find them is just in the weapon lore, and the only thing we know about them is just they have some funny personality, and they at least worked for the human force of Babylonia. Maybe it would be cool to have, the construct that would be willing to use that weapon. Maybe in the future, we don't know. Well, that's pretty much it. So thank you for listening, and you could like and subscribe, and you can also comment like which of these three facts you knew about it, and see you next time. Thank you.